Alrighty, welcome back to Fun Maths. Today we're looking at determining normal probabilities. Now for this exercise, most of the heavy lifting is done on the CAS calculator, and I'm going to be using the class pad, the Casio class pad for that. So it's important that you do try and follow along with this. Example 4, it says here, suppose that z is a standard normal random variable. In this particular case, it's got a mean of 0 and it's got the standard deviation of 1. It's asking us in this particular case to find the probability that z is in between -1 and 2.5 for part A, and also for part B it's saying find the probability that z is greater than 1. Now, I'm going to show you two different ways in which we can do this on our Casio class pad. So the first is in the main section here. You can go to interactive, we can go to distribution, continuous, and normal CDF here. Now, this is where we put in the values. So our lower value here is going to be -1. Our upper value is going to be 2.5. And our mean is 0 and our standard deviation is 1. Perfect, they're already locked in like that. We click OK and it can come out and tell us the probability there. In this case it's 0.84. If you want, so that's for part A. If you wanted to do the same for part B here, again in the interactive section, continuous, normal CDF. The lower value here in this particular case is going to be 1 and it's going to go through to infinity. So lower value is going to be 1. In the keyboard section, in Math 2, there is the infinity symbol which we can plug into the upper. And we've got the standard deviation of 1 and the mean of 0. We can click OK, and in this particular case we can get the 159 there with that. So that's using the main menu of the calculator to get that happening. The other way in which you can get this happening is in the statistics section. So back in the main menu we go statistics. We can go to calculate. We can go to, go to distribution. For this one we're going to go normal CD. Again, same sort of menu or section as the main section. So again, you've got we'll do A. Lower is -1 through to 2.5, and we've got the mean and the standard deviation of 1. We can click next. Cool, and it tells us the probability there of that. But the other cool thing that we can do is actually view the graph in this particular case. So clicking on the graph button here, you can see the area that we're talking about. So between -1 and 2.5, it's calculated the probability of this area under the curve there. Again, if you were going to do that for this one here, statistics section, calculate, okay, distribution, normal CD. Again, where z is going to be greater than 1, the lower value is going to be 1 and the upper is going to be infinity. That's from the keyboard Math 2 section, the infinity symbol. These are correct, the mean and the standard deviation. Let's click next. Again, you can get the probability here and also graphing it. So you can see it's everything greater than 1. Perfect. Alrighty. Let's have a look at this next bit. So the next type of question that you can get is this one. It says here, suppose x is normally distributed with a mean of 100 and a standard deviation of 6. It says find k such that the probability of x is less than or equal to k is equal to 0.95. So this way around we can use our calculator to determine the percentiles of any normal distribution. Again, I'll show you the two different ways we can do this. In the main section, let's clear this. You can go to interactive, we go to distribution. This time we're going to go to inverse. And we're going to inverse normal CDF. Now for this one here, we're going to keep the tail setting as left. And we're going to enter that probability of 0.95. We've got the standard deviation needs to be 6, and the mean is 100. Awesome. So we get, in this particular case, 109.86. Again, we can do it the statistics way. And the nice thing about the statistics way is it'll give you the answer, but you can also see the graph of it. So we're going to calculate inverse distribution. It's inverse normal CD there. I'm going to go next. Make sure the tail is left. Probability was 0.95. The standard deviation was 6, and the mean was 100. Click next. Again, like we saw before, it was 109.87, and we can graph it as well. Cool. So everything up to the 95%, and that happens at 109.87 there. Very, very good. One more I would like to show you. So this one here, example 6, it says suppose x is normally distributed with a mean of 100 and standard deviation of 6. It's asking us to find C1 and C2 such that the probability of x is in between C1 and C2, it's 0.95. Yep, so notice it's in the middle here. Now, there's a few ways in which you go about it. This textbook says you could use your calculator and go from the left and obviously find out what's happening at 0.025, and then also find out what's happening at 0.975. So this here, the 95 plus this part added on to get the values. I believe because this here is symmetrical and it's in the center, the easier way of doing this is probably as follows. So I'd go to statistics. I would go to, again, inverse distribution, inverse normal CD. Instead of having the left as the tail setting, where it comes from, this is in the center. So we'll use the center option. Probability was 0.95. And we've got a mean of 100. And we've got the standard deviation of 6. Cool. In this particular case, it gives you the values here of x1 and x2, or C1 and C2. This one here is 88.240, and this one here is 111.760, as you can see. And you can also sketch it, which will show you it's the same as what we're looking for here. Perfect. Alrighty, thank you very much for listening up. Enjoy this exercise. Bye for now.